Tuchel, Enrique, Unai Emery, yeah? Those are free man. And even regardless if they're available or not, I'm going to try.
Not Emery.
Yeah?
Not Emery. Can't get Emery. Can't get Emery.
But then why not?
Can't. You know why? I'll tell you why. I like Emery. I think he's a wicked manager. But we have to be smart here. There's 2 reasons why I don't think we can get Emery. There's 2 reasons why. He'll do well at certain stages. He can improve players. He's a really good manager. But the problem with Emery is that at the big clubs, that's not the remit. He is a manager who's perfect for the teams like Aston Villa, teams like Sevilla. If you look at when he went PSG, look at where he Arsenal, he's out of his depth. Secondly,
hey, that's unfair. That's unfair. Now,
it's not unfair. It's not unfair.
Apply Antonio context in the word of Yo-Yo. Apply context.
I'll tell you why it's not unfair.
At PSG, bro? Who was he managing? Is Mbappe moving mad? He had Neymar on him. He had the man them getting crazy, bro. The players were moving mad.
Bro.
Did he have a bad situation? Did he have a bad situation?
He say he had a bad situation, but he still had big players.
A lot of managers that went there that are good, that went there.
Has he got a track record at doing it at the big clubs? No, he's got a track record of doing it at the clubs below Man United.
Bro,
the reason why it looks wicked at Villa, the reason why it looks wicked at Villa is because Villa never has aspirations of winning the league. They just got pumped 4-1 by Arsenal. And do you know what their fans are saying? Hold on, do you know what their fans are saying? The fans are going, it's fine. That's so we're not in that. We're not in that. That's okay. We got jubbed in by Arsenal but that's not our level. We're not trying to get there. It's okay at Villa. Just go win Europa League, bro.
No, but you're forgetting context, bro. Because let's have it right, yeah.
Context is at Villa.
No, it's important because when you talk about Arsenal, who did he replace? He went to replace the great one in Wenger. Very difficult. Very that's a mad. That was an institution, like it or not. It's replacing the man. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Was it? And he didn't get the time that's needed. The time. Imagine he got Arteta time. Imagine he got that with Arteta finances. You're telling me he can't be successful?
You know why?
They love Arteta 8-8. So I'm saying. So now we can say with Arsenal in that one, I can say that, and he didn't. The language barrier he needed. It was a bit earlier. Now he's been in the league for longer. He took a team of Gerrard that was fighting relegation. They are confident European side right now.
European side. Is he going to break that? No, he's not. And do you know the biggest reason? Do you know the biggest reason he can't come Man United? I'll tell you why. In fact, it doesn't even matter what I say, what you say. There is no fucking way in God's earth he will work under that micromanagement. Impossible. No, Emery is a guy who needs control of everything. KG. He had Monchi there, and he gets to say of the signings. He can be the manager. Everything goes through Emery. I speak to the Aston Villa every week.
Can I push back? Thank you very much. Now this is what I will say. Yeah, at Man United, you would probably argue and say because Ineos can float like they go with the weather. Yeah, apparently, Man United have a certain standard. This, that, and the other. They allowed Amorim to tell them in the strain meeting, I believe he told them this, I'm going to play my way the whole way. He told us. Even when he arrived, in his first presser, he said, I will be a part of signings. And they let him.
And how did it end?
These they let him. I'm saying that there's an idea. We can say to Emery, I can go and knock on Unai Emery's door tomorrow because I'm negotiating and say, I would like you to be our manager because I can see the quality. The trust can be, the erosion of trust can happen if you don't do your job. They will give him what he wants. They will give him what he wants. And if he fails to meet, because that's what we did to Amorim. Bro, Amorim finished 15th. We gave him 200 million.
But if you're Emery and you're looking at that,
we gave him ends.
Bro, you're not looking at it. You're not looking at it from the way round of if you've just seen how that relationship has broken down. It's like the Chelsea job. If you're a big manager now, a top manager looking at that, you look at how they operate and you see how quickly that communication broke down. So it doesn't. So the fact that they made the promises at the start and by the end of it, those promises all broken down. That's not an attractive job.
Because
someone like Emery. Yes. No, but someone like Emery is so strict. Like, bro, it's him and Monchi. Monchi's gone now, but he oversees everything. Emery, they brought in fucking Harvey Elliott. He said, I'm not fucking using him. He's gone.
He'll still get that. Emery will still, because it's still Man United. Emery
under Ineos, bro.
No, I believe
if Wilcox comes to Emery, I'd tell him anything. Tell him fuck off.
Wilcox on the ropes. Wilcox's job is not safe. It's not safe. Because guess what? Just imagine. For instance, let's go with your understanding of this.
And I like Emery's a good manager.
No, I'm just saying. Let's go with your understanding of this. Ollie comes in, Ollie does well, yeah? But it goes bad. Do you think Wilcox and Barada will be able to stay at the club after doing that? This next decision is key. They're not going to do this. They are not.
I don't trust Ineos. Bro, you got too much faith. You got too much faith in what these men are going to do.
No, I haven't.
I don't know how you're so sure. No, but what I'm saying is, my thing of where I'm at with Ineos, yeah, I cannot commit to anything they will or won't do. Anything's on the table. You know why? Because anything they've said has been bullshit. So I can't sit here and be like, they won't do that. How do you know that?
So then you can't say, but then you can't say. Remember when I talk about the same bullies, you can't say with hand on your heart that they won't buckle to a manager if they really want him. You can't say that because they've been going like the wind. They said, Dan Ashworth, we want you. Give him the money, let him go. They've moved mad.
Yeah. The whole time, what happened after Dan Ashworth was here for 3 weeks?
How do we know if they're trying to negotiate and bring in a big manager that they won't buckle to him? We can't say they can't because even the line, look at this thing that happened. They've decided to bring in Cunha, Mbeumo, and they wanted Bruno gone. That's the thing of it. But Amorim wanted him to stay. Yeah, they wanted the 100 million. They listened to the manager, but the manager's just the head coach. But he told them, I want this. They got in Dogu for him. They bought in pieces for this manager. So you now can't tell me they're not listening to what happened is the manager exhausted their trust.
They have to buy players, bro. They have to buy players. Like, just because you buy a manager, just because you get a manager and you get some players, like, that's just a default thing that has to happen. If any manager comes in, the squad has to improve. It doesn't necessarily mean every single thing that is bought is because we believe in your 3-4. Because actually, when we look at the recruitment, one thing we actually did say was they're getting guys that ain't really, it don't have to just be 3-4-3. There's guys that could supersede the 3-4-3. Like Lenny Yoro can play in a back four. Cunha can play as a single 10. He can play off the left. And Bruno can play on the right. He's obviously converted into a right 10. All things that post Amorim, these players can still survive. So it's not like they've got every single thing for Ruben to make it. And then they've made a choice at one point because he was doing so shit to not get him anymore. I understand that. But when you're talking about Unai Emery, bro, he needs a clear, concise structure that he needs the power. And he's not going to be confident that they're going to give it to him and he's going to keep it.
Desperation. This team, because you're going to be.
And then the thing about it just being a big club, I'm just not sure of it. I think he's perfect for clubs inside
when they start negotiating, because they're going to go in and interview managers, and every manager is going to say what they're on, yeah, and they're going to try and choose the best one. They have to negotiate. It's like when they said we're not going to spend a certain amount of money. And then you find the money for Brentford that they're looking for in the first place. We say, hey, we're not spending, we're not going to do these expensive signings, rare. Even like the Sheshkos, we're not making those same mistakes. We did it again. So there's nothing to say that we can't continue doing that. We say one thing and do something else. Why are we now saying that it's going to be Ineos are going to be, we can trust them to be so hardline that once they say something, they're sticking to it. We can't trust them that. So I'm saying anything's on the table, bro. Because now they're not in a position of strength. But if they're now talking to good managers, they're going to have to sell the project. And I believe other teams are going to be looking for these managers as well. How do you bring good managers in? You have to still wine and dine them. It's not, the ball's just not in your core. Because guess what? You are the ones that need saving. I'm successful. No?
Yeah, I hear
I'm successful. When we're doing the negotiation, you still have to, I'm not coming to you saying, please bring me in. I've got a job. I'm in Champions League.
But you've got to speak to me. But the problem you've got, it's like at Chelsea, bro. You have to think how big managers think. The big managers. Emery is sort of in that. He hasn't, in this country, he hasn't done it. Like, we're giving Emery credit for stuff he hasn't done in this country. He hasn't won a domestic trophy. He ain't won a league. He ain't won nothing here. Nothing in the Premier League. His record in the Premier League is doing shit with Arsenal. Context, all right, cool. The money after Wenger, whatever context you want to give it.
Very good.
That's what it was. That's what it was, though. He left with nothing. And actually, when you speak to Arsenal fans, I know they're touchy about it because they just don't like him. But when you speak to Arsenal fans about it, bro, he had them losing to fucking... Who was any... I don't know if there's any Arsenal fans here, but shout out to scholars who will remember off the top of their heads. Who was the European team he lost? Was it Olympiacos? Or was it... He got battered at home. I think it was Olympiacos. Let me.
Take a breather. We've got mad supers. Let's do the
supers. One sec. In case I lose my train of thought.
All right, cool.
He got battered against Olympiacos, battered against Watford at home, all of this stuff. He was shit, bro. Like, he was shit. He was getting bruck up, bro, with Arsenal. Like, towards the end of the tenure, the same revisionism is, you know what it is? You can't act like the revisionism like what we had. The end of Oli was getting bruck up. The end of Amorim was getting the end of Ten Hag was bruck up. Just because we finished third and got the Carabao Cup and won an FA Cup, we were getting bruck up, bro. It had to end. So you can't rewrite this Emery thing.
Because I'm gonna take notes down.
It wasn't good,
bro. I'm glad that we're doing this. Yeah, because
I don't know why we're fighting over Emery. We're not going to go for it.
We're not even fighting. No, we're just talking.